I'm Jonathan and welcome to my channel, Jonathan's Diamond Painting and Stuff. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're coming back to me, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. So we finally got to it, at the end of the #FamalongUK event. This day is finally here. It's been 2 whole months of wonderfulness, really, and I have loved doing this painting throughout and really setting myself that challenge, you know, of getting this done in 2 months, because my last one, The Literate Dragon, which you can just see the corner of up there, well, it took about 6 months, you know, so maybe even longer actually. I got it in January and then I didn't finish it until August, I think. Yeah, so over 6 months. But yeah, so it was a very long process for me before, but I was so glad pushing myself, and I'm going to have the finish very soon, hopefully today, you know, because I have 1.5 squares left of this baby. Yeah, before I get on to, you know, talking about it and everything, I do have to thank, yeah, there've been amazing prizes and you only had to participate. It was great that they didn't have the pressure on us to have a finish, you know, because I wasn't really sure whether I'd finish this, but I'm so glad that I pushed myself, because not only has it helped me with my motivation, it's helped me mentally. I feel now that I'm more on the road to recovery. And getting back to work, you know, but I'll talk about all that in a bit, okay. But yeah, so amazing event. Really looking forward to tomorrow night when we have we have like a live with our admin ladies, and then we'll have the final grand draw prizes, you know, revealed and given out. So yeah, lots to look forward to, you know, um but this is just, you know, overall the whole process. I'm going to give you a little pan in a second where you can see what I've got to so far. Like I said, I'm just almost along this bottom one. I've got literally a square and a half to do. And then I'll just have a little talk about what I've done in the previous week, and yeah, and then we'll have a little chat. And then, if I can, right at the end, I'm going to do a sped up version of the rest of the square. But I don't know how long it's going to be, but I will record myself doing it. And if it's too long, I'll just maybe cut a bit to the end or cut bits out and stuff and put some music on so you can chill to it. So I think that'll probably be around about 10 to 15 minutes of footage, I think, you know, but I'll put that at the end. So if you don't want to watch that bit, you know, you don't have to, but if you do, you can like watch it while you're whipping and everything. But yeah, just a little caveat there, you know, depends on whether you want to see that or not. And then in a few weeks' time, I think I'm going to do this in December. I'm going to do the post review for this when I've managed to get it hung, and I'm also working on a little story to go with my post review. Just what comes to me, you know, my creative mind when I looked at this painting, you know. Okay, so right, without much ado, I'll just give you the pan, and then we'll change to the overhead camera, and then we'll have a little chat, okay? Okay, I'm just giving you a bit of a longer view of this before I go to the appropriate section. Just so I can talk about it a bit more in detail after we've done that pan. So yeah, so we last week I guess I sped along a bit. I can't exactly remember where I was now. It's gone that quickly. But okay, was I down here? And then I got to here, or maybe I was down here. I honestly can't remember. It's just becoming a bit of a blur. But this tree, as many of us. Oh, sorry. You can just see it there. This tree, you can just see the top of it there. Apologies, it's actually out of shot, but it's a very, very big tree, as you probably saw from the pan. Well, that was challenging, and as many of us DPers know, trees are our kryptonite. Sometimes they just have a lot of confetti, a lot of detail, and they look amazing when they're done. But yeah, very, very glad to get that over with, you know. So, and then we get over to here, and I think there might be a couple little snowmen just sat there in that field of snow. A couple of little elves or something, or pixies dancing on this dancing on the top of the wall. Sorry, just go back so you can see, but I know you've seen this all already. Apologies. Okay, and we're just getting some of this beautiful, beautiful wall. And I think that is absolutely stunning. I mean, just all the brickwork and everything, and I really enjoyed just doing the outline of the black and building that up like that. That was really cool. And then there was yet another tree here, and then there's a gargoyles, you know, for the posts. And I just thought, oh, I couldn't actually think I was actually doing them until I stepped back at the end, you know, and I was like thinking, I know I'm doing a gargoyle here, but it's like it doesn't appear until you step back, and then you've got the two little draglins, here and here, and obviously because of the detail of the painting, these aren't as detailed as the rest, but I'm fine with that. They're beautiful and as good as you possibly could get in this beautiful, beautiful painting. And then we've got some heaped snow just going down this bit here. Lovely, lovely bit of detailing and shading there. And then we're just getting towards like the cobbled path here. So I'm just going that's a bit I'm going to be doing and finishing off today. So yeah, so really looking forward to it. So I'm just going to move the camera and zoom you into the section I'm going to be doing. Okay. So just get all my bits into place. Still working on my drill mats. I feel like a broken record right now. I was practicing with some quilting technique. This is a practice one. And yeah, I'm not happy with the contrasting quilting thread. I thought it might look quite cool, but I think it just doesn't. Plus, I'm waiting for some quilting gloves to arrive today. Which will mean that they just stop the fabric slipping as much when you're doing the free motion. I've just actually learnt free motion very recently, so I'm still getting to grips with it, but I am enjoying the process of learning something new. So, but yeah, I'm very pleased with these, and these will be ready soon. I'm hoping to have some ready by the end of this week, but we'll see how things go. You know, so using that just to protect my drills when my drill trays are on it. I'm using my trusty Add More Zest drill trays. Yeah, and I might use my Mega one because I've got some sections of colour blocking. It depends how much I get done in this WIP and Chat. And I've got some of the Lunia 3D trays, which I've been using with the little confetti boxes. But yeah, and I'll superimpose a picture in this now because I don't want to change the camera view again. This is what I've got left for colour-wise. So I've got rid of all the other colours that are not going to be used anymore. Knowing me, I've probably missed something that I didn't see was in there. But, yeah, so it's so exciting because I just don't have very many left. You know, so I am mega, mega excited, you know, so to get this done. You know, it's so near the end. I can feel it. Right, just put that on. I'm just going to turn the brightness down. Oh no, that's up. There we go. Just so you can see a bit more clearly. Okay. Right, I'm just going to do some ABs very first because those are the only ABs in this bit. Just get them out of the way. Yeah, and then we'll just think about what's happened over the last week. Okay. Oh, apologies. I'll showcase this now. This is a new pen I bought, and as many of you will know, I find it very difficult with the bulky pens. So this was an amazing find. I'll probably take a separate video of this and I'll superimpose it on top to take full advantage of exactly how amazing this is. But it's from a guy called Norse Alchemist, based in Denmark, and he is a diamond painting turner. Well, he's a turner, you know. So I don't think he doesn't just do diamond painting pens, but that's a lot of his business, I think. And one of my friends raved about one that she just got, and she said, "Oh, Jonathan, you know this is right up your street. You know this would be perfect for you. We're liking thin pens because he has a thick, a medium, and a thin profile pen option. So anyway, thought, well, I'll try it. But because had a few fails recently in getting a pen that's right for me, I decided to get the cheapest blank I could, which was about £10, and I think it was about £24 turning fee, and then with about £6 shipping, so it worked out about £43 in total. So I didn't think that was terrible for a lovely pen like this, and I'll certainly be ordering more from them because this shape has really worked for me. I love it. I mean, I love how easy this like bump, excuse me, fits, you know, my fingers and everything. Yeah, I'm gradually getting used to it. So yeah, I do really like it. You know, so and it fits the multi places really well, but it doesn't quite fit the forever single placer end on the other side. But it fits a normal one, but it does fit it up to a point. So if you glued it in, it'll be fine. It's just it doesn't quite go in all the way. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I did today. So right, where am I? So I've actually taken quite a few steps forward in this last week since I last spoke to you. I've managed to, well, I saw my counsellor again because I said I cancelled last week's session, and I felt quite good about. Excuse me, just getting a bit more comfortable position. Yeah, I felt quite positive about that before I even went, and I decided that I was going to reduce my counselling down to every apologies. Reduce my counselling down to every other week because I've been having it weekly since I started to about a couple of months ago. I think I started my counselling. So yeah, so I just thought now's the time. I'm ready because I just thought, you know, when I had my mum and dad come, you know, and I couldn't have my counselling, I was just thinking, oh, yeah, I think I'm ready, you know, because I felt I didn't have it twice that week, and I just thought, yeah, well, yeah, it's time, and I decided, you know, I've made all the decisions, you know, about going back after Christmas, so I decided I rang my area manager, and she was really nice, and I just explained to her, you know, what my plans were and everything, and she was really good, actually, really nice, and didn't pressure me to come back sooner, and I had an Oki health review due, so I had that over the phone, and just told them everything I wanted to do, and they agreed with me. They said that was fine. So now I just need to get another sick note from the GP. Sorry. And yeah, I just need to get another sick note from the GP, and then I'm all set to be back in January. So yeah, so I've had a meeting arranged with my area manager on Thursday. So, and I don't feel too bad about that actually. You know, I feel, you know, like I'm looking forward to, like, you know, seeing her and going through everything and talking about my stress. I think we have to do a stress risk assessment. Also, she was quite receptive to me reducing my hours and setting my days, which she never has been before. But I guess being off for I will have been off for 6 months by the time I get back. She has to take that seriously. So I think that's really good, because I have been asking previously to set my days because I felt mentally it would help, you know. But up to now, you know, I mean, they didn't categorically say no, but it was like it kind of tried to put you off, you know, asking for it, you know. So I'm glad that they're more receptive to that. So I'm going to talk to her about that. Because I've been off sick for quite some time, I've got quite a lot of annual leave built up, you know, so I need to talk to her about how I'm going to take that, whether I'm going to take a lump before I come back. So it might be that I don't go back straight away in January, or whether I take some days every week. So I reduce how many days I'm working a week. I'm a little bit worried about doing that, because I'm worried, like, when that runs out, because I think that would last until the annual leave year finishes in April, so I could be doing 2 days a week up to then. But I worry about the shock to my system about when I finally go back to the hours I'm meant to be. You know, so I don't want too many shocks, if you know what I mean. So yeah. But anyway. So yeah, so that's that. I was going to go to a Christmas party with my colleagues, but one thing and another, I just can't make the date, so I won't be doing that. But that might be nice, you know, New Year, clean break and everything, you know, go back fresh. So, you know, and I don't, I'm quite introverted sometimes. I don't really like social occasions that much. So this might be a blessing in disguise. Well, anyway, so yeah, I've well and truly, you know, organised things, you know, for how I want it to be, you know, for when I get back, you know. And so I'm glad. I feel good. I feel good about making these decisions, you know, and it's kind of on my terms, you know, and gives me a bit of empowerment, I suppose. But yeah, so we'll just see how it goes. But I will obviously keep you posted how it goes when I do go back, and you know, and everything. But and how I'm feeling until then. So yeah, so I'm just in that process of sorting all that out. Physically, well, obviously mentally, I'm okay. I just talked about that. You know, the antidepressants are still going. You know, and I don't want to come off them anytime soon. If ever, to be honest, because they do make me feel a lot better. And I suffered the depression for such a long time without really realising it. They've just helped me. But yeah, but physically, with all the chest problems I described last time, I'm going to I've been referred to the chest clinic by my GP, and I just had a letter a couple of days ago that I've been referred for respiratory testing. you know, so basically they do all these tests on me before I see anyone, you know, so just to establish, you know, what the problems are and everything. So yeah, and that's happening late at the end of this month. So hopefully I'll get some help, you know, with my issues. But yeah, I'll just shake these a bit. And I'm sure you all want to know what's going on with Sarah. And the truth is, not much news, I'm afraid. We're okay, but we've not heard anything from the CT, so we still only got the relief that we had from the gastroscopy. But to be honest, we're not too worried, because we thought, well, if it was really something really serious, they would have been in touch by now, you know. So yeah, it's something we're not that worried about. I mean, Sarah had a bit of a panic in the shower the other day when she got a call from an unknown number and she wasn't able to get to it in time. And she, of course, we both worried that it was a hospital somewhere, because it was an unidentified caller. So yeah, so we were a bit worried about that, but we just tried to think, well, it doesn't have to have been the hospital, and they would have left a message or at least called back if it was really important. So, which they didn't. So yeah, so we're still waiting for those results. But obviously we'll feel much better when we get them. We've been having a nice time. We've been doing more sewing days together, which I'm really, really enjoying. Getting into a different craft again. You know, it's always nice. It gives you a bit of motivation, you know, doing something new or something old that you are picking up again or learning in a slightly different way. Like I said before, I'm learning free motion embroidery, you know, or quilting, which has been really, really positive for me. Because just learning something new, and to begin with I was like, no, can't do this, it's too difficult, it's too irregular, you know, too much can go wrong. And then, but I persevered at it, and I've worked and worked and worked. I've made countless swatches, you know, and like gone over every inch of each bit of fabric that I made up. I just had some old cheap wadding left over from a previous project, you know, so I just used some of that and made a quick practice piece, you know, to use. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, I just went over and over and over every bit, trying to get my tension right. For a while I was going much too quickly when I was going around the corners, because when you make curves, well, when you're doing free motion quilting or embroidery, you are actually controlling the speed of the fabric, not the machine. So the machine, basically, normally it has these feed dogs which pulls the fabric from the front of the machine to the back of the machine, you know, and as it pulls it through, it sews, and you just have to guide the fabric. But with free motion embroidery or quilting, you have to actually physically move the fabric where you want the stitches to go. So you control the speed of the stitches. You make a really small stitch size, and you adapt your flow to it and everything. But it's that control between you controlling the speed of flow and the sewing. And then and you're controlling the speed of a needle with your foot, and you're controlling the speed of the fabric with your hands. So fast foot, slow hands is kind of the saying, but it's easier said than done. It's not the easiest thing to learn, just getting that balance right, you know. So yeah, it's very, very challenging, but I'm getting there, I think, you know. So we'll just continue to see how it goes, but yeah. This is so satisfying. Each colour I do, I then get to put away, because I'm not using it again. So good. Yeah, so yeah, learning the ins and outs of that. I just bought some new threads. some brother threads, embroidery. They're very sparkly, bright. Well, they don't really have a sparkling. They just feel like they glint in the light a bit because they're very, very bright, lovely colours. I've got some neutral tones, and I'll just, like I said, playing with it. I thought a contrasting colour might look nice, but I think it just detracts from the design on the fabric. And I just think a muted neutral tone that goes with the fabric will be better. So I'm going to try that again once I've perfected the technique and everything, because that was a practice one. I don't want to waste any unnecessarily. And then try and perfect that technique, you know. But there's lots of little bits going on, you know, to try to get it all prepared and cutting all the fabric, making all the bias binding, you know, and that involves cutting the fabric at a 45-degree angle, because that has a bit of a stretch when you cut fabric like that. Whereas if you cut it straight, you don't have that stretch. But if you're only lining the sides of the quilt, it's okay. But when you're doing what we're doing and you've got those curves that you're doing around the corners of the project, you need it to be on the bias, because those curves need a bit of a stretch to get round. So yeah, so unfortunately it's not all easy, and it's quite intensive doing all these things. But like anything, you know, you get used to it, and it becomes easier the more you do. So, but I'm enjoying it, spending the time with Sarah and just doing something new, and look, working with these lovely fabrics as well, and producing something that hopefully people will want to buy. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted on the progress of that. Okay, let's do the tick. Or did I take the tick out? I told you, didn't I? What did I say? That I've actually got some here. So I'll just use some of these in the Admiral's S tray. Yeah, I got over enthusiastic. Hopefully there'll be enough in this tray. We'll see. I have got some more, I think, of this colour. This is 301. And I'm pretty sure I had another pot of 301 somewhere, which I think it might be down here. Oh, let's have a little look. Right, I'll get that if I need it. Too annoying right now. Okay, so I've got some long lines of colour, so I'm just going to whip out my 8 placer. I have 3 pens set up with a 1 on one end of every one, and slightly different multi-placers. I've got a 6 on one, I've got on my one I really like because I use that a lot. I've got an 8 on another, and I've got a 10 on the third one. I've not moved up to the 12 yet because there's just not enough colour blocking in this project, but I might well do that when I go back to Solar System after this, because there's a lot of colour blocking in that, so it might make sense to do that. Okay, so let's just multiplace these. Okay, so other big thing that's coming is, obviously everyone must be thinking about it now, it's Christmas is coming, you know, so getting prepared for that, you know, and doing all my Christmas baking. Now, I did have a whole thing to talk to you about last week, and I had recorded bits of me making the mincemeat and the Christmas cake, and I had a little video I recorded of the stand mixer going, and I think just all the stuff that went on last week with Sarah and everything, it just totally went out of my mind that I was going to talk about it, and I wouldn't have had time anyway, so apologies to that, but I am going to talk about it now. So I am quite a big traditionalist in, well, I like my traditions, my Christmas traditions. I mean, a lot of these ones I've created myself, but some of them are ones I picked up from when I was a child. So when I was growing up, I went to I went to church, you know. Mum and Dad always encouraged us going to church, you know. And although I don't believe anymore, I kind of lost my faith, I guess, a little bit. I still believe in some kind of God. I'm more of a pagan sort of basis um, than an organized religion. But I've made a decision when it was not that long ago actually, where I was just I didn't feel that organized religion was for me anymore. But anyway, I but when I was growing up, we were always involved in the church. My dad was a choir master and an organist, and yeah, we had a big upbringing. Learning to sing in the church choir, and I actually went to sing at a school which had its own church choir. So I had quite a choral upbringing, and that brought its own traditions. Like I learned how to sing the Christmas carols and the descants, which is the high bit, that the choristers sing, and the last verse of a lot of the Christmas carols. And I loved it, and I still love listening to those things at Christmas time. It's not Christmas to me without listening to these carols, and I know it's difficult with my faith and everything because a lot of these things are based in Christianity. But I've established to myself it's a culture of these things that I enjoy, and I don't have to believe or in a certain thing to have that, to be able to enjoy that culture. So and there that is again that was men, that was human men that created all those things. For people, not religion. The amazing people that created these amazing tunes and amazing words that we sing every year. To bring each other happiness in what is a very happy time. Well aware that not everyone is fabulously happy over Christmas. I'm so sorry that people feel that way, but to be honest, I don't know how I'd feel if my circumstances were different, if anything happened to my husband, or I honestly don't know. So I'm always mindful. It's not for everybody this season. You don't have to enjoy Christmas. But yeah, but I do. And I want to share my joy as much as I can with people because this is me, this time of year, and it is literally my favourite time of the year, and I just love it so much. And I think I actually do love, as I think I've said before, I do love my the build up to Christmas rather than the event itself, because I just feel that has so much joyful things to do. There's the Christmas baking, there's Christmas shopping, there's wrapping presents, there's watching Christmas films. There's just so many things, that you can enjoy leading up. There's building Christmas Lego. I mean, I'm going to be opening advent calendars. I've got the Add More Zest advent calendar already waiting, mine and Sarah's, in my Eve storage. I'm absolutely thrilled actually that I actually managed to win one of Kat's Cat of Cat's diamond painting, who does Crafting Cat UK Etsy page, and she sells her putties and everything. Well, I was actually going to buy one of hers anyway, but then I won one, so I don't have to. And a lot of people that are wanting to get one of these advent kits are a lot of people that wanted to get one of these advent kits. They're releasing at 8 p.m. on the 1st of November, and that you'll find that under Cat's Diamond Painting Etsy page, But there's a lot of people interested in these, so you'll have to be on the trigger if you really want one. And there's probably not enough to meet the demand, but Cat is only one person; she can only make so much, and it's fantastic what she does, though, and I love her product so much, so can't recommend her highly enough. And she also has some Christmas putties coming out very soon. So if you're not already, Kat has a Facebook page, Crafting Cat UK, and if you just search for that on Facebook, it should come up. But yeah, if you go on that and ask to join that, then that's just a really good place where she announces everything, and she'll announce all the stuff about the new Christmas scents on there. But I think there's going to be four, and I think they might be released simultaneously, and there might be some offers and stuff when they come out. So yeah, just stay posted on her site for that, you know. So if you've not managed to get an Christmas advent calendar, these scents that she's releasing are not going to be in the advent calendar, because the advent calendar has some exclusive scents. So yeah, so it's really, really exciting time to be a diamond painter. But I'm talking about advent. I'm also going to be doing the Diamond Art Studio advent kit, which I will be unboxing and kitting up this week. Probably towards the end of this week, because I want to kit up into my Lunia boxes if I can, and as part of it anyway. And I have the rest of my Lunia boxes arriving this week. I think they've just been dispatched today, so hopefully I can do that. But I'm going to do the whole kitting up as a video, so it's ready for the 1st of December, so that I don't need to worry about it. And I thought it'd be a nice cool video to showcase that new kit. Unfortunately, you will not be able to get one now if you wanted one, because they are sold out, and they're not making any more. But I did give everyone the heads up on my channel, so hopefully if you really did want one, you were able to get one, you know, because I did want to give people that chance, you know, that might not have known about it, you know. But I'm really, really looking forward to it. So yeah, so that's another thing, you know, getting Christmas time, you know, just all the creative things you can do to get ready for the big day. Because I just felt, you know, focusing too much on that one day, it's always going to be a letdown. You know, it's never going to be as amazing as you thought it was going to be, you know, because when we anticipate and build these things up like that, they just aren't. You know, you can have as nice a day as you can, but try not to put too much pressure, I suppose, on that day. You know, try and enjoy every moment, the whole time, you know, and you'll enjoy it a lot more, particularly as an adult. As a child, you know, your whole world is centered around that, isn't it? But that day, but yeah, so yeah, so my favourite time of the year, and I'm really thrilled. My mum and dad are going to be coming for quite some time, and then I have my nephew and my sister and her husband and my nephew coming for a couple of days as well. So we'll have a house full, and we have people in our house for longer than I've ever had people in my house before. So I may be retreating to my diamond painting room here just to get away, you know, from people if it's too much, you know, all the time, you know. But to be honest, I think, yeah, it will be different to what it's been in previous years, where we're literally spending every moment together when people are staying for the length of time they are. But that's nice. I'm really looking forward to it. And like I said, I love that time of year. But so Christmas baking, I always follow Delia. I only ever didn't follow her once when I did the Christmas pudding in Nigella's Christmas book. But I tend to follow Delia because I find her recipes easy, straightforward, and they are amazing. So I usually make Delia's classic Christmas cake, which is just a basic, ordinary Christmas fruit cake. And I normally ice that with marzipan and fondant icing. I don't do that myself. I used to, but life's too short, basically. We're talking about doing a royal icing finish, me and Alan, this year, because Alan quite likes a royal icing finish. That's just where, I mean, you can get it in a pack, but it's basically icing sugar and egg whites and water. But you can get pasteurized packs with the powdered egg white already in and everything. So you just add water to it, and you just whisk it a lot until it gets to the right consistency. Sorry, this is a bit of... yeah, so it's going to be slightly different this year. But yeah, I always decorate my own cake, but and it's not hard, not to me, but I'm not a master chef. So yeah, so I'm just I make my own mincemeat, and that was Delia's recipe, and that I've done that already, and that I always have way too much, but I use it throughout the year and other things, because you can use mincemeat on in other recipes. Like I have an apple crumble recipe that Delia does, which uses some of it. You know, so, and I think there's lots of things you can make them with. There's I think there's mincemeat slices that you can make. For those not based in the United Kingdom who may be a bit confused about any of the terms if you've not heard them before, obviously, like I said, the Christmas cake is a rich fruit cake, which I don't believe people in America like as much as we do. But to us, it's just amazing. It's often the fruit is soaked with alcohol to begin with, brandy usually in a classic Christmas cake, and then you feed the cake afterwards with brandy every few weeks up to Christmas, and that just gives that cake a very rich flavour, and it's very moist, you know, so, and that just gets iced with marzipan and icing, like I said. Mincemeat is, it's a bit like Christmas cake in a way. It has a lot of the similar ingredients. It's got all those lovely, it has raisin sultanas, currants, glacé cherries, which is basically just sugar and cherries, mixed candied peel, which is like lemon and orange and lime peel. So it's just been boiled in sugar for a long time until the kind of sugar is impregnated in the peel to make it candied. Sorry. And then it's got, often has nuts, almonds, sometimes pecan nuts and things. What else does it have? Usually the zest of some oranges. I think the mincemeat has the juice as well of the orange and the lemon. Yeah, so lots of good things going into there. But I'm really, I really love my Christmas baking. We also make an alternative Christmas cake called a light glacé fruit cake, which is a Delia recipe as well. And Alan loves that, but that cake is for us. So basically, we have so many cakes and stuff over Christmas that we save one and we have that in January after everyone's gone. Sorry, Mum and Dad, if you watched this. So yeah, so it's really nice preparing, and then once I've done that, obviously I have a Christmas pudding left to make. But then after that, I think I'm all prepared. Excuse me, just a hair's got in here somewhere. It's just little things coming up to Christmas. I like to make a couple of Stollen, which is like a German based recipe for like a, it's like a bread with marzipan on the inside, and then it has like all the mixed fruits and everything as well inside. So that's a nice recipe, and I usually make them on Christmas Eve, and then we can have them with coffee and tea and stuff during Christmas. So just gonna put all the ones that I've finished there. Okay, which colour next? Which do I do? Let's do some X's, shall we? Right. I'm just trying to do the colours right across, you know, these two squares, you know, rather than one than the other. Now, I believe I may need some more X's. So, 779, where are you? Here we are. And actually, because there's quite a few of these, I'm gonna switch to my bigger tray. Okay. Time is flying by today. Well, time's flying time flies when you're having fun, as they say. But yeah, so I'll just share some pictures now of all the process it is, you know, and just a few different pictures of preparation and stuff, and some of the finished products, and yeah, you know, and obviously I will share pictures of the Christmas cake once it's decorated nearer the time, but I don't literally do that until coming up to the event itself. Okay, just checking. I think I saw a trash drill. Oh no, that's just a bit of trash. Okay. Right, let's start this. Okay, I'm switching to my 10 placer because I've got quite a few long lines here. Yes, so... Yeah, so that's Christmas. I mean, I haven't even thought about actually what I'm going to get people yet. Not really. I mean, I've got one or two things, and I think I've got Sarah just about sorted, I think. But yeah, so I'm just... Oh, sorry, did I... Yes, that was right. Sorry. Yeah, so, but yeah, I just need to get myself organised, I guess. Me and Sarah might go to a shopping centre, a big, massive shopping centre. It's a little while away, but there's a lot there, you know, and just to get a lot of Christmas shopping done towards the end of December. Yeah, but just trying to squeeze everything in, and obviously we're going to my mum and dad's at some point, you know, but nothing to do with Christmas shopping or anything, you know, just going to see them, but yeah, so... So, just trying to organise myself as much as I can and kind of try to enjoy Christmas without being stressed the fact that I've got it off this year. You know, because it does make me feel guilty sometimes, but I'm trying not to, because I'm just trying to enjoy it and get myself as good as I can be for when I go back to work in the new year. You know, but okay, so that's Christmas, so I don't think there's anything else right now to talk about there. But yeah, I'm just thinking about what else to talk about. Oh yes, so movie time. So, as you know, I try and watch a movie and do a review every time. I've not really managed it recently. It's been a bit of a struggle, just one thing and another. But we did watch a movie last night, so... and it is one of my all-time favourite movies. This movie is probably in my top 10. I have hinted that I will be covering this, but didn't say when. But so this is, of course, is my Hocus Pocus movie review. So this is my all-time favourite Halloween movie. Now, it's a family-friendly movie. The premise is it's about three witches called the Sanderson sisters. Winifred played by... Hello? Yeah. Who was that?
Sorry?
Who was that?
Me.
No, I thought you got the door.
No.
Alright, okay.
Just close that window.
Alright, okay. Love you, bye-bye. Winifred played by... the wonderful Bette Midler. Sarah played by Sarah Jessica Parker. And Mary played by Kathy Najimy. all absolutely amazing in their roles, but no one so much as Bette Midler, who is absolutely incredible. And yeah, they just there's a lot of fun in this movie. But yeah, basically they do some quite evil things right at the point of the Salem witch trials, and then it changes to modern day years later, where the witches get resurrected and wreak havoc on modern day Salem. So if you haven't seen it already, it's an absolutely brilliant film. And after years and years and years and years of waiting, we finally got the sequel Hocus Pocus 2, which is on Disney Plus, and that came out last year. And that is fantastic as well. Not as good as the original, like a lot of things aren't, but it's still very good in its own right, and I really, really, really enjoy it. But yeah, this has lots of Halloween elements like trick or treating. It has a wonderful theme about brother and sisterly love, and there's a lot of comedy in this film. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's quite cheesy, but I love that. I love films like that. I mean, to be honest, if you don't have fun watching this film, you're not a very fun person to be around, I don't think, So it's just, yeah, it's amazing. And when it came out, it wasn't that successful. I think it's in 1993 it came out, and it didn't really do much at theatrical release, but then since then, as a lot of things do, it had a massive cult success, so people really, really loved it and still do. And yeah, there's been a huge following over the last few years to get the Hocus Pocus sequel, and even Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker and Kevin Najimy were all saying, we're up for it, come on, Mr. Disney. Well, Mr. Disney is not alive anymore, but it's a phrase, but yeah, so yeah, they were like very into it, and I mean, and I did an amazing job given how old they all are right now, So yeah, so definitely a franchise. If you want a fun-loving Halloween movie and you haven't seen it yet, I would highly recommend that. It's a really, really good film. Yeah. Oopsie. And I mean, I haven't done Halloweeny stuff this year really. Alan built the Hocus Pocus house. Actually, just 1 second. I'll just go and get it, and I'll show you. Okay, just gonna zoom the camera out. So as I talked about before, there was a Lego Hocus Pocus house in development because somebody created a Lego Ideas project, and yeah, it was really cool. And what Lego do is they take these projects and they turn them into viable ideas, and then they release them and they give a small cut of the profits to the person that designed it to begin with. So, and I'll just show you some of the figures. This is Winifred Sanderson. Really cute. Did you see? And she's got a little lightning spells. Then you've got Sarah, played by Sarah Jessica Parker. Then you have Mary. Then this is Danny. This is the younger sister. Sorry, the sister character in the modern Salem. And this is Max, who is the brother, who go on this adventure after they wake up the witches. And this is one of the female characters who's a friend of these two. This is Alison, their friend. Okay, so, and then we've just got like kind of a graveyard thing, because the graveyard is a big part of it here. But the piece de resistance is, of course, let's put these all here, the house. Just see if I can show you that well enough. There you go. Isn't that amazing? And it's all like the movie, a lot like the movie. It's got a little wheel here, and when you turn the wheel, that kind of goes up and down, and then you can open the roof like this and see inside. Got a little cage hanging with skeletons in there, and then the whole thing opens up like this, and then you know that. Oh, good, breaking it. There we go. Sorry, just trying to show you the best I can. But that some people might recognise the black flame candle, just there. It's a specially printed piece. And we've got the witch's cauldron there. And there is actually the book in a case. I can't really show you it all properly, but it's amazingly detailed, an amazing kit, and it's not cheap because this is aimed at the adults market, so I think this was almost 200 quid, I think, but there's a lot of pieces in it. It's very, very detailed, and it makes a really cool thing to do at Halloween, you know, especially if you love the movie. I've actually also got the Home Alone house. I don't think I'll be building it this year, but maybe if I'm still doing this channel next year, which I really hope I am, I'll share progress of that, and any Christmas ones I do, of course, I'll share progress of as well. So I'm just going to put all these to the side for now, and then just carry on. So I think, you know, I'm going to be coming to closing comments now because I think I've been chatting quite a while, but I'm going to try and finish this and leave the camera on as long as I can, and I'll just give you a bit of nice zoomed up footage, and then you can see it all come to fruition. Okay. Before I go, just to say that I am going to be doing the kitting up for the Advent Diamond Art Studio kit later in the week. Stay tuned for that. I will be returning to my solar system, so hopefully in a couple of weeks I can do a WIP and Chat with my progress with that. Oh yes, Christmas news. So we had the Diamond Art Club Christmas kit release. They actually released 26 Christmas kits, and 2 of which I got. I wasn't sure to begin with, because when they first all started coming, I was like, I'm not sure. But then they brought out one which was just incredible, and I loved it. And I'm sure you can guess which one it was. It was the Spangler Castle. So I had no idea this one was even on the cards, because like I said, I've only been doing this for 6 months or so. So, no, sorry. I've been doing it a bit longer than that. I've been doing it since January, February time this year. So, you know, so not huge length of time compared to some people. But, so I had no idea that Randall's Snow Castle wasn't even in the running. But oh my God, I was like so happy that it was, and I loved it. I mean, it's actually a proper castle, because all these other houses aren't really castles. I just love castles. As you know, I like medieval stuff and the bygone things that remind us of a different time and era. And I love lots of Randall stuff that giving us that feeling of the fantasy, like we're not in this world, we're somewhere else, somewhere magical, and where anything could happen. So yeah, so I love his work, and I love that castle. It's going to be very challenging because it's the tallest kit Dak had ever released. Again, it's kicked Dragon Brigade off its pedestal. Very short-lived pedestal of longest kit, because that was 193, and the Snow Castle is 198 centimeters high. So this is going to be basically as tall as most people's walls in the house. So this is like going to be a hallway displayed kit, I think. Or if it's in a bedroom, you won't be able to have anything underneath it at all. Any no bookcases or chests of drawers or anything, because it will take up the whole wall space. So yeah, I'm I'm a bit crazy, I guess, but I love it. So I've got that one on the way, and kudos to me persuading Alan um to get it. But also, I really fell in love with the Donna Gelsinger um, Christmas Lane kit. Now that is a kit that it's just like, as it says, a beautiful lane at Christmas time. So I think there's a bakery there, and I think there might be a church in the distance, and Christmas tree, a snowman, So it's just a beautiful scene, and I like scenes because I'm not really into single subjects on a diamond painting, so I don't really like to do painting all of one thing, where buildings and castles being the exception. Because I feel even though they are one subject, there's a lot of elements to them. There's windows, there's portcullises, there's doors, there's the battlements, the crenellations and everything, the ups and downs, spires, and obviously even then you've got all the sky around them, and then you've got other subjects in the painting usually, So I don't really feel them as single subjects, but if I will not do a painting like where the only thing is one person, or one thing, So that's just me though. I'm not saying those paintings aren't nice, just that they're not my personal style, So, and unfortunately, a lot of the Christmas paintings to begin with were all single subjects, so I didn't really feel very enticed to many of them. But yeah, but I was so thrilled to get those two, and if you haven't checked them out already, check out Diamond Art Club's um, Christmas ones. If you've not used Diamond Art Club before and you're a first buyer, I do have an affiliate link in the details below, and that will give you $10 off your first purchase. Full caveat here: I will get a small commission from your sale. So and that will go straight back into this channel in me buying more Diamond Art related things, which I can then show you. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up now, and then I will see you later in the week. Bye for now. And we approach the finish line. Oh, after almost 2 months, I'm here again. About to finish another amazing diamond art project. And it feels so good. Oh, I've got one too many on there. I've just about perfected multi-placing, as you can see. I'm much more confident with that. Yeah, but look. Let's just have a little listen to those pops. Let's have a little listen to those pops. Oop. And pop. Switch. And finally, he approaches. He approaches. He's nearly there. He's finished. Yay! Oh, I believe I finished it. Right, let me just move this and I'll zoom you out. So that final section. Just turn the light board off. And oops. Zoom out. There you go. Right, I'm just going to get it hung up on the wall and you can see the final thing.